Hey friends, this video is coming to you by popular request. By popular, I mean one person asked for it, and that was my brother Joseph, my first subscriber. So hey Joseph, we are going to be doing a walk through the end times. This is not going to be exegetical. We're not going to be digging into the word, which was more what we should be doing, but we're going to be walking through a chronological step-by-step how it's going to lay out, a synthesis, pulling it all together like a montage. This is the end times in one picture, in one shot. This is what we know from the Bible. This is all stuff that's explicitly stated. This isn't stuff that we've drawn or concluded. I might mention a couple things that we conclude, but I'll try just to stick with what we know explicitly from what the Bible says it's going to be like. So here we go. The end times is going to see the rise of a world leader. This leader is going to rise in God's timing, not his own. He can't arise when he wants to. He has to arise when God allows it. This world leader is going to be cunning, he's going to be crafty, and he's going to confirm a covenant with many. The Bible says he will confirm a covenant with many. Because of this confirmation of this covenant, it's going to bring in an era of peace. So it appears to be that this covenant that he confirms is a covenant that was already made, as in the Abrahamic covenant. So this world leader, call him the Antichrist, is going to get a bunch of nations together and say, guys, listen, the God of those Jews gave them that land. We need to respect that. And his cunning and his craftiness is going to bring in this era of ridiculous peace, just insane peace. People are going to be tearing down their walls, going to be tearing down their gates. There's going to be this ridiculous era of peace that's going to come as a result of this guy's prowess. This is going to mean that the Jews can rebuild their temple, which right now they're ready. The Temple Institute in Jerusalem is ready to rebuild the temple. They have everything in place. They just need a green light to go, and they'll have it up really fast. So from the time that the Jews rebuild the temple and begin sacrificing, God tells Daniel that it's going to be 2,300 days until the temple's destroyed and then set back up in its place again. So right now there's no temple, there's no Jewish temple. They're going to build a temple. That temple's going to be destroyed, and then it's going to be reinstated. That temple will. So how does that go down? These 2,300 days. So as the temple's rebuilt, this man, the Antichrist, who's working in powers after Satan, is going to launch campaigns against Egypt. He's going to attack Egypt, and it's going to go well for him. He's going to carry away spoil. So he's going to try it again. The second time he comes against Egypt, it won't go as good for him. And someone from the west is going to make him afraid. And when he turns back from his attack on Egypt, he's going to go up into the land of Israel. And he's going to go into the temple, and he's going to do something. We don't know what, but he's going to do something, some act, set up something in the temple that's abominable. And an abominable thing, that's the language that the Bible uses. Something abominable that he's going to do in the temple that causes the temple to become desolate. So they're going to have the temple built and in use for less than 3.5 years. And he's going to do this. He's going to do this in the middle of this 7-year period, which started with him confirming that covenant. So 3.5 years after he confirms that covenant, he's going to go in and do something abominable. We don't know what, but whatever it is, it's going to cause the temple to become desolate. Now Jesus told the Jews, when you see that, run to the mountains. And half of them are going to obey. Half of them are going to run to the mountains, to the east, toward Jordan, toward the north part of Saudi Arabia. It says that there's a place that's prepared out there for them, a place that they will be sheltered out there. Half the Jews are going to stay in siege in Jerusalem, under siege by the Antichrist. He's going to set up his camp to launch this final attack on Jerusalem. He's going to set up his camp between the sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and between Jerusalem, in the valley between there. He's basically going to be cutting off the road for the Jews to get out of Jerusalem. He's going to set up his camp there, while half the Jews are in the wilderness, in this place that God is going to prepare for them, this place where the Antichrist won't be able to touch. And out there, Jesus is going to meet them. He's going to meet them. He's going to draw them to himself. He's going to draw their hearts to him. And over the course of 3.5 years of them being out there on the run in the wilderness, they're going to come to the place, through all the hardships that Jesus brings them through, they're going to come to the place where they say, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." And when they say that, Jesus will come back. So Jesus puts them in a place where he draws their heart to him, to the point where they say, "We bless the one who God sends, Jesus." And he comes back at that point. At that time, all the believers on the whole earth are going to be gathered to him. He's going to send his angels, and his angels are going to gather all the believers on the whole earth gathered to him, and all the believers in heaven he's going to bring with him. And so from that point on, we're going to watch Jesus as he does this on the surface of the earth. And it says every eye will see him. So when he comes back, it's not a simple single point on earth. He doesn't come back to Jerusalem. It says he will save the tents first and then come to Jerusalem. He's going to save Jerusalem last. He's going to save the tents first so that no one says, "Oh, he loves the people who live in Jerusalem more." So he's going to come. There's going to be this longer campaign than we've thought. He's going to come in this campaign, and every eye on earth is going to see him. He's going to march, and he's going to drink. When he comes to a brook, as he's going, he's going to take a drink, and it says, "So shall he lift up the head, because he drank." He's going to drink water. He's going to fight. He's going to fill the valleys with the dead bodies. It says he's going to fill them up with dead bodies. When he reaches Jerusalem, the prophets see him in their visions. They see him as covered in blood. Now, when Jesus came the first time, he was covered in blood. He was covered in his own blood. And we don't have a problem talking about that generally. But when he comes the second time, he's going to be covered in blood again. This time it's not going to be his blood. The fight that he puts out, the fight that he does, is going to result in him looking like someone who was treading on grapes and is splattered. That's the picture that the prophets give us of Jesus at his second coming. Not floating down in white, but covered in blood with a sword. When his feet touch the Mount of Olives, it rips in half, and the half of the Jews that are in Jerusalem, who are under siege, flee through the valley that he will make in that mountain. And Jesus will go in, he will take the city, and we will live there in Jerusalem with Jesus from then on out for 1,000 years. And we will take 7 months to bury the bodies. It will take 7 months for us to bury the bodies of the armies that Jesus wipes out when he comes. So the question, how should we live? What should we do about this? Right now we're seeing the seismic disturbances in our world. Afghanistan just had an earthquake that killed 1,000 people and injured 1,500 more. We're seeing just all sorts of stuff. Our world is shaking, and the picture that the Bible gives us is birth pains, like labor, that's bringing forth something beautiful. And that the birth pains, they come and they go, and they come and they go, and they get more intense, and they get closer together. And that's where we are now. So what should we do? Should we stockpile food? I guess you need to feed yourself. Yeah, food's important, but that's not the best way to prepare. Okay? What about weapons? Do we need to stockpile weapons? I suppose you should be able to protect yourself. Sure. No, that's not the best way to prepare. The best way to prepare, the best way to live in these times of the birth pains that are bringing the age where Jesus rules, the best way to prepare is to get close to Jesus. Get personally close to Jesus. Okay? We have what he cares about. We know how he acts. It's in here. And we need to read this thing like it's a book. Okay? We need to read this thing like it's a book. Everything I just said, it's all stated in here. Okay? And more. I skipped stuff just for the sake of time. Jesus himself gave us this so that we can know what he's like, so we can know what he cares about, his passions, his feelings, what he thinks. Get close to Jesus, guys. That's what we need in these times.